Peace and blessings, guys. I'm back. I'm back with a house full of children. So if you hear babies crying in the background, that's because we have babies in the background. So hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm using this headset. And just let me know if you can't hear me, and I will speak up a little louder. Okay. So the title of this video is First Time Mom Pregnancy Questions. I actually have an email, and I'm going to answer each question in the email and also direct to which videos to watch if I've already made a video pertaining to that question. Okay. So this is a first time mom, and um, she's going through pregnancy for the very first time. Um, and so these are common questions that come up. I know I had a lot of questions when I was first entering into the beginning stages of motherhood. And I did my due diligence, and I searched and searched and searched until I got the answers that sounded pretty much accurate at my time. At my time in that state when I was um, embarking upon delivering our first child. So, first question is, what vitamins do you take, or what vitamins do you recommend I take? I currently take Wellness Daily Prenatal Vitamins and Wellness Daily DHA. Um, so the answer to this question is I don't recommend um, any vitamins, any prenatal vitamins. What I actually do recommend is you changing your eating habits. If you eat properly, there's no need for you to actually have to incorporate taking supplements. The reason I don't recommend doing vitamins is because majority of the vitamins that they have out there for women, especially during prenatal, for prenatal care, are all synthetic. Every vitamin, every mineral is derived from a synthetic source, or it's derived from a source that the body cannot properly break down. And so what tends to happen is most women experience the nausea, they experience the vomiting, and they experience stomach pains because of the type of foreign substance that the prenatal vitamin actually holds and carries. So, for me, I don't recommend prenatal vitamins. I actually recommend changing what you're eating. If you eat the right amount of foods and you're eating more raw foods where you're getting the right enzymes and you're getting pure, clean water in your system, you won't actually need vitamins. I did not take vitamins with my latter children. My first son, I took I took the vitamins and I threw up. I couldn't keep them down. And so that showed me that my body is saying it does not want it, it does not need it, and it can't do anything with it. And so as far as taking prenatals, I've never taken prenatal vitamins. I've always found a way to source the vitamins and the minerals that were needed that they would provide, so-called provide. I would find that in the certain foods that I needed to eat. What I did do was I researched and I studied to see exactly what is needed at the beginning stages, at the middle stages, and towards the latter stages of pregnancy. So, in the very beginning stages, I understand that folic acid or folate is very vital, and so I would structure my meals, my breakfast, my lunch, my snacks, and my dinner towards making sure I get the right amount of folate and folic acid into my system, into my diet. I guess that's what most of us are used to saying, is into my diet. So that way the developmental stages of my child wouldn't be hindered. Um, I also began to make sure that I incorporated certain things such as like nutritional yeast into my foods, kelp, um, your dulse, I think that's how you say it, dulse, your seaweed, things like that. You want to incorporate that into your foods because they are high. They're the highest in your minerals. There's 102 minerals I've learned here recently that the body actually needs to properly form, function, and develop. And so, how I get that in my system now in the previous years is I have instituted kelp into my diet, as well as sea moss, and a form of, I think it's dulse. I think that's what you say, but it's three different types of seaweeds, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you get all three of those in, then you're going to get all 102 minerals that is actually needed. And with just adding that into my system, my children have come out formed the way that they're supposed to be formed, according to me doing my part, as being the mother who's going to be carrying them. All the other part is on the Most High, my Creator. So I did my part by making sure that I got everything that I needed to do and get into my body that was needed for them to properly form. Um, and so I can say that all of my children have never come out with any type of deformities, any type of abnormal or abnormalities in any of their organs, any type of issues. Um, they've always come out perfectly healthy, developed properly, and none of it was accredited to prenatals. Um, it was all accredited to, of course, the mercy of the Most High, and according to my obedience to making sure that I'm putting in my body what's needed for them to actually properly develop the way they're supposed to develop. I know a lot of you, if you do go to the doctors, they'll tell you, hey, if you don't take your prenatals, because I just actually went through this, I think it was my last doctor's appointment or the week before. I mean, the one before, they had a counselor come in and she gave me some pamphlets. And, the first question they always ask when I go to the doctor's appointment is, are you taking your prenatals? And I so happily and firmly say, no, ma'am, I am not. And they look at me like, did you mean to say that? And I'm like, yes, I meant to say that. I do not. I have not, and I will not take my prenatals. And the next thing that came out of her mouth was, well, if you don't take your prenatals, your baby could come out malformed or deformed because it doesn't get the amount of folic acid. I said, well, no, ma'am, my children don't come out malformed or malnutritioned or with any type of abnormal anything, because I do get the right amount of folate and folic acid in because of my eating lifestyle. So I don't need the prenatal vitamins. And they're just like, oh, okay. Well, we want to make sure that you're getting the right essentials in. I say, yes, ma'am, I do. I make sure I do. I make sure I get everything that I'm supposed to get in. And so normally you'll have doctors who will tell you that if you don't take the prenatal vitamin, your baby might not develop properly. But I say, if you don't eat properly, your baby may not develop properly, because there are moms who actually take prenatal vitamins and their babies still come out malnourished, or they have some type of deformity, or they have some type of abnormal development on the brain or in the intestines or in the vital organs. And it's everything to do with what they're putting in their body. It's not the prenatal vitamin. Okay, so I don't recommend that. I actually have a video on prenatal vitamins, and I don't remember the exact title, but you can go on my page and you can watch that video as well, because I go into some great detail on how the prenatal vitamins are made and what you should do to substitute for um, actually taking a prenatal vitamin. Um, Shalom, bless y'all. Video. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. Hmm. I wonder if it's your I don't know, your platform that you're viewing it from. Oh, okay. Mm. Is anyone else having that issue with their video only showing in a small form, minimized window? Okay. Yeah, it might be the phone. It might be the phone. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Um, as far as the DHA, yes, I recommend cod liver oil. I do cod liver oil as well, to make sure that I'm getting the omegas and the DHA that is required for proper development of the brain. So I do cod liver oil. There are certain ones that you want to make sure that you're actually paying attention to. Um, and make sure that you're not just grabbing fish oil, because if you grab fish oil, there's all kind of stuff in there. You want to make sure you pick up the oil and you read the back label, and it'll tell you where it's derived from. The only one that I recommend is if it says 100% cod liver oil, because everything else has unclean fish in there. It has everything in there. Fishes that don't have scales and fins. And I recommend all kosher. So for those of you who are not a part of the faith or a part of, um, yeah, a part of the faith, and you watch this video, I recommend kosher, or um, everything that I'm speaking on is from a clean based way of eating. And it's according to what most of us know as the scriptures or the Bible. And so if you hear me say that, that's why I'm saying that. According to what the scripture says is clean eating, you want to make sure that you're looking at the back of the bottle to see what type of fish that they're deriving the oil from. Okay. Should I be taking a magnesium supplement and a probiotic? Um, if you are taking sea moss, the magnesium you will need is all in there. I would recommend you doing more intake of like coconut water, natural sources of actual magnesium, or some other resources of magnesium are also in your herbs. Horsetail is a herb that is high in magnesium, where you can make you a tea, like horsetail tea. Um, there are a few other herbs. I believe red clover. I believe red clover is high in magnesium. So instead of using a supplement, you want to try to incorporate foods or herbs or spices that are high in these minerals or high in these vitamins that you're actually trying to get into your body. I really don't recommend supplements just because they come from a generic form. They come from something synthetic, which means it has to go through some type of process before it even gets to you. So as far as the supplement, no, I don't recommend the supplement, but I do recommend you finding certain herbs, finding certain spices or seasonings, certain foods that will be high in this. Your liquids, like coconut water, is really good. It's really high in magnesium and potassium, and you need both of those to keep your body from actually going through and experience those cramps. I woke up one time this pregnancy with a cramp in my leg, and I knew it was going to come because I didn't drink anymore. I didn't drink that much water the day prior. So I was like, I think I might end up developing a muscle cramp. I did a lot today, and I don't even remember really drinking water. And sure enough, I end up getting woke up at about three in the morning with a what they call a Charlie horse in my calf muscle, and it was because my magnesium and my potassium levels were low. So coconut water would definitely help with that. So no to that question. Um, Probiotics. If you do like kefir water, um, like there's a brand Kavita. I really like Kavita. This pregnancy, I have not been able to drink it though because my womb doesn't agree with it. But Kavita, your kombucha, those are good sources of probiotics. Also, certain foods are good sources. Fermented foods are good sources of probiotics. And so you could also do that as well. Or you can do natural probiotics, which are you can find in like the Whole Food stores. They have them. They're refrigerated. You can actually do. They have the probiotics. Like I have probiotic pills, um, and those really aren't considered supplements. Um, but you can also do that. So the probiotic, you can do it in that powdered form as well, and or you can get the cold ones that's refrigerated. Um, but if you like fermented foods, you can get it like that from fermented foods as well. Um, I try to eat a lot of greens. I eat a lot of fruit. We eat meat no more than twice a week. Should I be taking a protein shake? Um, if you're hungry, it won't hurt you. You can still do protein shakes. I do protein shakes, especially if I get really hungry. Instead of me having to always try to feed myself, gorge on food, it's actually quicker for me to just go downstairs and make me a smoothie. And so what I do is I'll make me a kale smoothie. It has my plant-based proteins in there. Um, and then I add my chlorophyll and I add my kelp and I add my iodine and my nutritional yeast. I add my black walnuts. I begin to add everything to it that will kind of keep me full. So if you're eating right, you wouldn't have to incorporate um, adding a smoothie or a shake in there. But if you're not gaining the right amount of weight that you're trying to gain, it wouldn't hurt adding in a smoothie or two. A smoothie or two a week. I do mines. I probably do maybe three, maybe three at the most smoothies a week. Um, just to make sure that okay, maybe if I didn't eat much today or the day before, I'll get the adequate amount of so-called calories that I need to get in for that day. I'll just go ahead and do the smoothie. So it won't hurt doing the smoothies and it won't take away either. Only way it'll hurt is if you're not really gaining weight and you need to do a smoothie. So if you're not gaining the proper amount of weight that you need to gain for this pregnancy, then I would recommend you incorporating a smoothie because it's a lot easier to get a smoothie down than like 5 meals down a day. So should I be doing Kegel exercises? Yes. You should be doing Kegel exercises from the beginning of pregnancy to the end of pregnancy. Don't ever stop doing Kegel exercises because what the Kegel is going to do is going to help develop that floor to where you won't, if you're doing it properly, it should help prevent having any issues with urinating after and having any issues with any type of prolapse. So, whether it be a cervical prolapse, a rectum, I think a rectal prolapse, they have different names for them, but doing your Kegel exercises will definitely help developing that core and also help with actually the baby coming out. It'll help with the perineum being prepared to stretch. So I always recommend Kegels. You can even do Kegels after to get your core, that floor, your floor area where your perineum is and your rectal muscles are, get them back in shape and back in functioning order. So Kegel exercises, yes, always. Um, I'm not sure how to word this, but do I need to put some sort of cream um, down, I'm assuming in the perineum area to prevent pain? No. There are some people who have developed creams and all that jazz to tell you that it's going to stop whatever pain you're going to experience down there. It's not. Okay. And it's not really a pain that you're going to experience. It's more of a stretching. When you stretch your skin when you stretch your skin taut, it's like a burning sensation. That's pretty much what you feel. Unless if you tear. Now you will feel the tear. And I think you probably won't feel it until after, like during your healing process. But there's no cream that you can put down there that's going to remove any type of pain or the sensation that you're going to feel during actual delivery. So, no, there's nothing that you can put down there that will help in that area. Um, it's very flexible down there already. That tissue is very smart. It knows how to stretch. It doesn't need any lubrication to do it. It will do it on its own. Your body produces its own lubrication. And so there's nothing that we could create that'll cause it to be easier or to keep you from tearing. All it is the development of it, and the position that you're actually in while you're pushing. Um, there are certain positions that will definitely help with minimizing how much or if you even tear at all. Everything with tearing has to do with the position and size of baby's head, and then just the development of the perineum area itself. So there's nothing that you can put down there, even though they tell you you can. You can put flaxseed, you can put olive oil, you can put. There's moms who've done all of that and they've still torn. Okay, so hope that answered your question. But doing those Kegel exercises will help you because it's going to develop that area. So that way it'll be used to stretching and it'll be strengthened to stretch as far as it needs to stretch. So I hope that answers that question. Not saying that you can't put anything down there. You can put some things down there, like neem oil. You can use coconut oil. But what I'm saying is it's not going to prevent pain. It's not going to prevent tearing. Okay. What are good breast pumps? Breast milk storages that you recommend? Okay. So my ultimate favorite breast pump, and I have two because they both do two different things. My favorite handheld breast pump is the Event. And I wish I don't have any of that stuff with me. But hold on, give me a moment. Let me take a sip of water. Getting my gallon down, y'all. Um, I have two favorites for manual pumping. Manuals where I'm not hooked up to anything and I'm going to actually be doing it by myself with the pump. Um, my favorite pump is the Event, and it's AVENT, and that is the best, I believe, manual hand pump that you could possibly use. That doesn't give you any problems and is really simple. Um, and so I recommend that. I think it's maybe when I got it, I think I paid maybe $20 for it. But that was like my son's 12 now, so that was 12 years ago when it was $20, but they still have the bottle. I actually love that hand pump and I love the bottles that they use for the very beginning stages. So that's one of my favorites and I will recommend that. And then my second favorite is Medela. Okay. The Medela breast pump, by far the electric one by far is my ultimate recommendation. Their whole system is developed in a manner where it takes away the questions out that you may possibly have. It's easier for first time moms to use. um, it comes with a manual, it comes with like your setup kits. It comes with the different size bottles. It comes with all of the pieces, how to use the pieces, how to function properly. It has, I believe, my breast pump has, I want to say like 5 to 6 different settings, and it's a double pump. So their double breast pump, I love it and I recommend it. Even if you don't have multiple, like say you're not a mom of twins, you don't have to be a mom of twins to use the double pump. I actually recommend the double pump because it will help your body begin to um, be triggered to express more milk. So I actually recommend in those first weeks, weeks 3 through 4, weeks 1 through 3, I recommend double pumping. Use the double pump and pump as soon as possible for those first 3 weeks. Power pump because you're gonna develop so much more milk and it's gonna last you so much longer than it would if you just did one. You pumped one breast one time while the baby ate on the other side, then you pump the next breast on the other side while the baby's eating on the other side. No, 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 no. I pump right after I feed my children, even if there's nothing in there. I put the pump on there, both of them, and I'll begin the pump. And then what it does is it signals my body to say, hey, she needs more milk. This baby's really hungry. And so by the second week, I'm actually expressing 8 ounces of milk per breast. So I really love the Medela pump. I think it is the best pump that you could possibly have. If some of you have insurance, your insurances will pay for it. Um, you can request the Medela pump. It's the best breast pump. Those are the only two that I really recommend. I've tried like it's like a breast pump that's like a manual, but it's not. It's like it's supposed to be like a natural, like an all natural pump, and it works. But it's you have to learn it, and I think it will be harder for you to try to figure that one out than it's like called a Manuk. It's got some like African type name or Zaku or something like that. I don't know. But I have that too. And I mainly use that for say my children are nursing on one side. I just put that one, I'll use it as like a reservoir to catch all the milk that's being expressed. Since if there's only one baby over here nursing, then I'll have that other cup or that other pump just collecting the milk. So those are the two that I recommend. Hopefully y'all can hear me because we got baby in the background crying. He's upset right now. Think he's trying to throw a fit to get his way, but it's not happening. um, Breast milk storages. So I use Medela's bags. I also use Lancino. They have some really good breast milk storage bags that are sterile. Um, and then this time around, I'm actually getting like some little containers where you can actually put those breast milk bags in. Like it's like a little plastic container, almost like what you would put your food in the refrigerator, just to make like a organized spot for it. So you can take the breast milk bags and you can put in a little container, and then you could just stack them inside the freezer. So this time around, I'm actually going to do that because normally I have just the bottles filled up, and then I have the storage bags, but they'll probably be like stored in a Ziploc bag or um, just like on the door of the deep freezer. And so I'm looking for a way to actually use the vertical space that I have in the freezers to get more milk in there. And so this time around, I'm using like those little clear containers where I can just set each bag of milk in. And, they'll be labeled. They're normally always labeled with when it came in, when it comes out. If I was sick or if baby was sick, this is this type of milk. So I know this milk has tons of antibodies in it. We're going to use that milk for, all right, somebody else is sick or whatnot. But that's how I normally do it. Is with bottles. But the storage part, I am doing something different with that. I'm going to use those little containers, and I think you can even find those at like the dollar store, or Walmart may even have like the little clear containers where you can just put your food in and slide it in there. So that way it's in a slot. Um, what is a good baby carrier? Um, Baby Wraps and Stroller. The brand. Oh, I'm not at home. Baby Trend is very good. They have really good strollers. I have a double stroller this time, and I can't remember the name of it. Dang it. But Juvie is a good brand as well. Baby Trends, Juvie, and then the stroller that we have this time. I don't know. I don't know the name of it. I can't remember the name. So as far as the stroller goes, I recommend those. Um, okay, this is what I do. This is how you pick your stroller. Look at the wheels. Don't look at the padding and the design and all the nice stuff that looks cute on there. Don't look at all the cute designs. Look at the wheels. The wheels are going to tell you whether or not it's going to be a good stroller. So you want wheels that are single. If it's a single wheel and it has like rubber, the wheel is like a really like resistant rubber. It almost looks like a tire on the car. Get that stroller. That is the best stroller. That stroller is going to last you till eternity, till you're about to give it off to somebody else. If the strollers are plastic wheels, don't do it. You're going to waste your money because you can't really push those strollers in any type of terrain. Okay. Yay. Thank you, Danielle. So my stroller that I have now is Pacific Cycle. Sister Danielle, she's at the house right now. So she was able to go out there and look at my stroller. So that's a good brand. You want to look at the wheels. The wheels are going to tell you a lot about the stroller. If they're the double wheels, don't do it. Don't do it. Trust me, I've been through a lot of strollers, and I'm telling you right now, the double wheels or the wheels that are made of plastic is going to give you the most trouble, and they're going to break easily. The brake is going to break quicker, and you'll be finding yourself buying multiple strollers before your children are even ready to get out of them. I think my son right now, he'll be 2. But my 3-year old, he's still in the stroller. He likes getting in the stroller still. So if you want that stroller to last for 3 years, pay attention to the wheels. Don't get hung up on the pricing or how cute it is, or it's pink, or it's purple, or it's blue, or I get all black. If I can get black or neutral colors, that's what I normally get. Um, so check the tires. That's how you want to pick your strollers. Um, the brand of baby wraps. Um, I have a oh Lord, hopefully Jazz on. She probably ain't. She's not on here, but she knows the brand that I have. I think one of them, the one that we have is Kangaroo or Kanga. Don't get me with these brands. Sister Danielle, go see what the brand of my sling is. um, but the boba is good. I have that. And then I have 2 of them that are handmade. They're made woven, and I believe um, the other 2 that I have, I believe a sister made. Um, Sister Lashonda, she had made some baby carriers, and they work really well. And then we have the wrap. Jazz had bought some fabric, and then we just learned how to wrap it like they do in Africa. And so that works really well too, because it doesn't matter how big your child gets, you can still use just that regular cloth fabric to wrap it. But we have one carrier that I really like. I think it's like called Kangaroo or something. Danielle went to go see what the name of it is. So when she comes, Ergo Baby, there it is. Okay, Ergo Baby. I was not close. I said Kanga. Oh, Jesus. Ooh, I'm bad with names, y'all. Forgive me. Thank you, Sister Danielle. Ergo Baby. That's a really good carrier. It's comfortable. It doesn't hurt your shoulders. I mean, you can put them in the. I think we put them in the front before. You can put them in the front, and you can put them in the back. And it's like they're not even on there. It's adjustable. It's the best. So it is kind of pricey, but most things that are quality will be pricey, but you can always find it somewhere. You can find it at the consignment shops. They have, I think, twice a year. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like this really big thing that they do. It's like a really big consignment sale that they do at like our trade show centers. And Jazz knows the name of it, but we go when we can, and if we see that there's certain things that we know. Oh my goodness, you better get that because it's a good deal. You can get your stroller there. You can get your baby carriers there. You can get your wraps there. You can get your breast pumps. They even have breast pumps. They have everything there. But the things that are really pricey, you can get there at the consignment sales and consignment stores. So if you're worried about the price, just keep searching around. I spend my whole pregnancy searching around for the things that I know is going to be the best quality for um, our home, for our child, what's going to last the longest, instead of going out and hurry up and buying something. I tend to shop around, and I analyze, I compare, I contrast. I do all of those things throughout the whole pregnancy. So that way, that last month, I'm preparing to actually get everything ready for the birth. So don't allow price to be what deters you. Because if you always just try to get things that are cheap and quality, you'll be buying more of that item than actually using the item. Okay. Um, what brand do you use for baby lotion, baby shampoo, baby oil, and baby wash? Well, that's simple. I use either um, Carol's products or I use my products. There are, if you don't have access to either or, you can, and Walmart is the closest things to you. Um, I would say if you have to purchase anything from Walmart or from a store, I would say you would probably get the Shea Moisture. I would say that. I really don't know what else to do because most of my stuff is homemade and it's handmade, and I normally recommend the most natural products possible. So my baby oils, my shea butters, the baby's wash is Carol, and I believe it's Carol.com. If anybody in the chat room knows the website, you can type it in there and put it in there so that they can see the name of the website. Um, or um, yeah, and also what is a baby powder and a diaper rash cream. So I make my own baby powder. Um, if you would like to purchase, just feel free. You let me know, and we can make some up for you. But if you want to know how to make your own, I'll probably do a video on that. But arrowroot powder is really good. A good base that you can use to start developing your own baby powder. And then also for diaper rash, breast milk. I use breast milk for everything. So use your breast milk, and for wanting to have the baby's bottom air out. What do you need, son? Okay, we'll talk about it in a moment. Okay. Okay, go sit down. Okay, so you can, after using the breast milk, I make a breast milk cream that I'll rub on there for the baby's bottom to kind of air out without directly putting the diaper. Um, which, if you guys don't know the difference, I'm gonna throw this in here really quick. A diaper is cloth, and a pamper is disposable. Okay, so diapers are cloth, pampers are the disposables. Okay, so if you're gonna put the breast milk cream on the baby, let the cream kind of get into their skin first. Let them air out just a little bit um, before putting the diaper back on. And then once it airs out and you're going to put the diaper on, say it's a really bad rash, you want to use browned flour. And so what you do is you just get like a cup of flour and you just put it in a pan, preferably a cast iron skillet. Put it in a pan and nothing else. Don't put anything else in there. And you're just going to brown the flour. Okay, that's why it's called browned flour. You're just going to brown the flour. It's going to smell burnt, or, yeah, it's going to smell burnt or smell like you're making gravy. But you're just going to brown the flour. Once the flour is brown, you can put it in a container, and now you have brown flour, which will actually keep the skin dry and it'll keep it smooth. So that way, it's also like a cooling agent to the baby's bottom. It won't be so um, sensitive. They actually will stop jumping. Most babies jump when you're trying to put that cream on there. If the rash is that serious, don't put the cream on yet. Just put the brown flour on there, because what it'll do is it'll cake up. It'll cake up on there and it'll help dry out the skin. And so then you don't have to wipe it off every time you change it, because some of it's going to stick to the baby's bottom. Just wipe around it, pat around it, and then just add more. And you'll see that the skin will um, it'll start turning back to its natural color, and then you'll be able to add that breast milk cream on there to where it's not burning. So brown flour is real simple. You put in the skillet, and then you're just going to take the spatula, and you're just going to keep moving the flour around in the pan, just like you're cooking, because you don't want it to burn. You just want it to brown. So you're going to just stir it in the pan or the skillet. You're just going to keep stirring it in there till it's brown, and then it's ready. So that's what I recommend for baby powder for diaper rashes. If you just want baby powder just for like a clean scent or to keep them dry, then I recommend using like arrowroot powder as your base. Like I said, I make my own, and I probably do a video showing you guys how to make that. Hopefully I can get that video in. Hopefully. And so hopefully that answers your question. um Before baby is born, what detergent do you use to wash baby clothes? Okay, good question. Most people use Drift. I think that's a baby detergent that they normally use. I've used it before, but what I ended up finding out was it is very, very strong. The scent is strong. And the perfumes in there are very strong. It was actually more of an irritation to my children's skin than it was non-irritation. It's supposed to be for like sensitive skin or something like that. And so we actually use Ecos. I just use Ecos laundry detergent because I have children with very, very sensitive skin. So we use Ecos laundry detergent, and it's the same detergent that we use to wash our own clothes. Because my children actually have my skin. Go figures. So there's my skin's very sensitive. Their skin's very sensitive. Let me tell you, my skin's so sensitive. I have to use breast milk soap. Okay, my own breast milk soap. So that's how sensitive my skin is. It's actually gotten a little bit better since the last pregnancy. And so I'm able to use, but I can't use just regular soaps. We actually have our soaps made for us. And it's specifically shea butter, goat's milk, olive oil, and breast milk. That's the only thing that I can use for soap for putting that on our skin. So that's sensitive, y'all. Even if it's a natural soap made by somebody, it has to be specific for my skin not to be irritated. And so right now, for our skin not to be irritated as a household, we use Ecos. Um, and that's for sensitive skin. So I would definitely recommend using Ecos, or I don't know about any other type of plant-based um, laundry detergent. I haven't used anything really in years. I do remember using Amway's um, natural based laundry detergent, but that was so long ago, so long ago, and it was very expensive. That was one of the reasons why we weren't able to keep up with purchasing it. But Ecos, I think that's the name of it, is what I recommend. Um, and yes, you can wash the baby's clothes if you've had like a baby shower and people have bought. That's not a word. People have bought clothes for you. Go ahead and wash them before. Wash them before if you can. Wash the blankets before if you can. That'll definitely help with making sure that you know baby doesn't break out with a rash or anything. So um, that's pretty much all the questions, guys. And if you guys have any other questions pertaining to pregnancy or labor and delivery, feel free to email your questions, because I plan on doing more of these videos. I have a couple more emails that I'm going to do today. So be looking for the next video, and bless y'all. And share this with as many people as you know who this will help and who this will benefit. And if they have the time to sit down and listen and gather the wisdom, then yay. If they don't, just send it to the next person. All right. See y'all later. Peace and blessings.